the Grim Rincewind.
A stable. Well, I hope it's stable, otherwise the horses will all fall down. Since this whole realm is actually an allegory of the collective imagination, I wonder why death needs such a sturdy roof. Then again, maybe it's best just to never know. Death's homey little house, complete with black walls, black floors and black ceilings. It doesn't start looking any better as I get closer either. A welcome mat on Death's doorstep. Still doesn't give the place a homey feel. Hey, there's a little key under it. So after all this time, I'm finally at Death's door. Funny, I always thought it would be a more dramatic moment. Nice and black. It rains here. Actually, there's no umbrella, just an old scythe. Now we're cooking with charcoal. With this, I really feel the goods. What a lovely brutal swooshing sound this clock makes. Death's golf bag? Yeah, I'm not sure I want to see what the balls are like. The skull cliché is growing very old very fast. That leads to the kitchen. Hello.
Who are you? What do you want?
Yeah, that's right. Look, I'm here to become Death.
You what?
You know, Death. The Pale Horseman.
Talks like this.
Very big in the hourglass and scythes department.
You?
Oh, not for long. Just until himself gets back. I have to fill in for a while, you know, get the backlog moving, that sort of thing.
Got the faintest idea how to do it, have you?
Well, I suppose so.
We got standards to maintain, mister. We takes a pride in our work. I ain't having you letting the side down. Listen, you got to be up to snuff before you can be deaf.
Now, do you mean?
Well, you got to be able to ride the pale horse, and you got to wear the right clothes. Death wouldn't be seen getting anything but a black robe. Yeah, you'll need a scythe and a capital letter voice. Something chilling.
Is that all?
You want more? Get on with it.
Oh, goody. Another quest. I'm just flotsam on the sea of life.
Yeah, stop snivelling and get on with it.
The death of rats. Now appearing at a plague pit near you. I'd better just let it be. Death's Sugar Bowl. Those who say you catch more flies with this stuff than with vinegar obviously haven't tried tasting Death's version of sugar lumps.
Get your thieving hands off. That is for tea time.
But this is Death's kingdom. Time never passes here.
I never said tea time would be soon.
Albert, an annoying butler type of character. He's going to find himself in terror of his suspended little life once the new management takes charge.
Having fun, are we?
Look, what was it I was after again?
I can't imagine, mister. Advanced psychological treatment, maybe.
Just tell me what I'm supposed to be doing.
A black cloak, a scythe, a deep booming voice, and a demonstration of your horsemanship. Surely even someone like you can remember that.
The bells, they never stop ringing. Sorry, I got carried away for a moment. Actually, you don't seem to be able to ring them from here. Ah, a lovely view of... On second thought, why not just look at a blank piece of wall? It's sure to be much more scenic. I think I'll just pass on that one. An oily rag. This should be useful for polishing glasses to a dirty smear. Does death eat? And if so, what? No need, I can see that the oven's empty. A pot-bellied stove, eh? About time this one went on a diet. One sinister black table. Polished with sinister black beeswax, no doubt. No time to sit and eat now.
That leads to Death's study.
Oh, I'm not really a golf sort of person. Actually, I'm surprised Death had the time. Each of these hourglasses represents somebody's life. Every grain of sand is a precious moment, never to be recaptured. I wonder what would happen if you added water. Nah, no thanks, I'll only end up knocking the old lot down. Ah, Death's desk. So this is where the big life and death decisions are made. I'll wait until I'm fully qualified before I sit there. A ledger. All good public servants need one. I wonder what's inside. I'll just sneak a look. Let's see. The last entry is Fool and Chucky. The last column hasn't been checked off yet. The previous entry says Scazzy's ants. Well, at least they're all correct and accounted for. Poor little souls. Wow, an executive toy! I wonder what it does. Some of us have got a game to play. An inkwell, and it's full of ink. The blackest ink I've ever seen. Looks like a servant's cord. I wonder what this does. That leads to Susan's bedroom. A bunny? I wonder what it's used for. Ooh, a comfy looking bed if ever I've seen one. It's nice to at last have a room with a bit of colour in it. Forget it. Do you think they'd waste memory on animation of me sleeping? Ah, a room with a view. Although what you'd want to gaze out at around here is utterly beyond me. Haven't been there, don't want to see that. Girly stuff, nothing of real interest to a tough macho wizard like myself. No thanks, I'm trying to maintain an image. Wow! I've had to wait this long in the game before I found some string. Marvels will never cease. That leads to the library. A biography of somebody's life, still being written. Let's see what's happening now. Zzz. Zzz. Must be the Arch-Chancellor. I better not fiddle. I wouldn't want to wake him. A shelf of self-writing autobiographies. How very quaint. They're too heavy. Shelves filled with self-written life stories. They're too heavy. Wait a minute. This biography's mine, and it's been bloody remaindered. Some cheek. Well, if I can't take it, then who can? Ah, Lope. Breakfast of Champions. I've got a better idea. I'll go out there and play the game, and you come in here and risk life and limb, okay? Guess I need to win his confidence first. A bowl of sugar cubes. Well, they're cube-shaped anyway. I can't, however, recommend trying them in your tea. They even feel like sugar cubes. A high-stepping horse of doom. Now there's something you don't see every day. That's a good binky. There, I think he likes me now. Are you kidding? Can you imagine just how bony Death's horse would be to ride barebacked? don't you just hate the way that certain characters join forces with game designers to make your life miserable? I did it! See? I can ride! I can ride!
Yippee-ki-yay, sir.
But I did it! See? I passed the test!
Yeah, so I see. Shall I prize the saddle from your flesh now, sir? Or later?
The trouble with you, Albert, is you have no sense of fun.
I'll laugh when I'm prizing you out of that saddle, my friend.
Yow! Death's garden. It's probably full of black broccoli. Death seems like a broccoli kind of person. A little skeleton gnome. How quaint. I think he's beyond talking. A jet black pond. And ooh, look, there's little white fish in it. Little white skeleton fish in it. Oh well, at least his fish food bills will be fairly small. Yes, I think Death could probably do with some serious advice about his choice of decor. Talking to him will be a dead loss. Maybe someone's fixed Death's little red wagon.
Hey, leave that alone, you!
Death's granddaughter, so I hear. Hello there. And what are we doing in this awful place, eh?
What are we doing here? Well, I'm minding my own business. As for what you're doing, some of us would rather not know. Apart from that, there doesn't seem to be much going on.
Well, I was only trying to be friendly.
Yes, probably not a good idea, seeing as you're wearing that dress. I was always told not to talk to strangers, and it'd be hard to be stranger than you.
Well, excuse me. All I thought was, hello, here's another mortal in the land of death, then. I mean, it seemed we might have a few mutual talking points, information to exchange, pleasantries, something in common, that sort of thing.
Well, it looks as if we buy our clothes in the same shop.
Let me guess. Death's handmaiden?
No, actually, I'm his granddaughter. Was there something I can help you with?
Well, it's just that I don't know quite what to do. I'm supposed to be standing in for Death, but I don't know what to do next.
Yes?
But what am I supposed to do? I mean, what does a living Death do with his time? It all seems dead boring to me.
You'll have to give me a signal when you expect me to laugh.
In a universe of infinite possibilities, I suppose that hairstyle had to come up somewhere. My, what a lovely toy cart.
You can't have it.
Oh, please.
Oh, all right then. But get me another toy first. One of the autobiographies from the Hall of Records should do. Something to laugh at.
Laugh? Those are people's life stories we're talking about here. Real tragedies, hopes, dreams, triumphs and aspirations. How can you possibly find them amusing?
I was thinking of yours. That should be a laugh. Just bring it here once you've found it.
Be seeing you then. fishing rod for a garden gnome. Yeah, no real accounting for taste, is there? The bees are all black. Very cool of them. I wonder if you can get sunglasses with multifaceted lenses. What a short memory we have. I'll need some head protection and some smoke first. How cute. A little bunny rabbit for putting pyjamas in. I wonder what's inside. A nice lacy nightgown. Feels like lace to me. Well, at least it isn't an undergarment this time. Yuck, this has to be the greasiest and oiliest rag that I've ever seen. Ugh, it's all oily. Wow, talk about smoke. Nah, it's hot. Well, this should do the trick. I'll just grab some wax. I'll just sneak a little honey, they'll never notice. Very malleable and very black. Sinister black beeswax. I'm not exactly sure that it's a commercially viable product, but still it's very atmospheric. A piece of string. One of the building blocks of our universe. Just feels like ordinary string to me. Now that's a sinister black candle. Should look good on a sinister black coffee table. Next to a sinister black Hovel Improvement magazine. It won't just light itself, you know. A sundial. It doesn't seem to have a pointy thing. You know, for casting a shadow. I can't even tell the time using an hourglass. Little dots. Little dots, each with 6 little legs. Come on, they're almost in the next world. I'd need something better than my hands to entice them back. A pot of evil black honey, as made by evil black bees. Thick and sticky. A fishing rod with a nice hook on the end. By the way, although I am wearing a pointy hat, any garden gnome references will be taken most unkindly. A soul pit? I've heard of money pits, but this is a new one on me. Believe me, I'm tempted. Who wouldn't be, the way you're playing? My life biography. Big print version, easy to read. Worth a peek. Maybe it'll tell me what's happening next. Rincewind sneaks a peek into his life book, expecting to read what'll happen next. There. My ongoing life story. Are you satisfied?
Oh, look! An autobiography with join the dot pictures.
That's a catalogue of all my hopes and dreams, all my achievements. You treat it with just a little bit of respect, young lady.
Oh, look! Here's your thought for the day.
Ah, what does it say?
Actually, the line is blank.
Give it back. Some people just don't appreciate quality literature. Now just tell me something else you'll take in trade. Anything but the story of my life.
All right. Go get me one of the really old biographies, then. One of those ones with pictures. They're kept in a locked, dark room somewhere inside.
Well, well, well. An inkwell. And it's so absolutely pitch black. I'm not touching that. My fingers would turn black. This should really blacken the water. No way, I'd never look the same again. A pond filled with ink. Normally, I'd worry about killing the fish, but I think in this case, the point is moot. It's curtains, all right. Feels nice enough to wear. Now, this really is blacker than black. Let's see, whose is this? Ah, Albert. Now what does it say at the moment? Albert sits and takes it easy, dreaming up more silly quests for the little twerp in the dress. Oh, just wait until I become a real bona fide death. Then I'll deal with him. Yes, I'm beginning to get a bit of a theme for this room. Locked. Now that strikes me as being suspiciously unfriendly. Nope, can't budge it. A key to death's door. Shouldn't it be a skeleton key? Feels like an average key to me. Oh, it's long and hard. Long and hard and shiny. You know, I don't often get to feel them in this kind of condition. Shelves, I mean. I don't often feel shelves in the dark. Are you kidding? Who knows what's hiding in the dark? That leads back to the library. It won't just light itself, you know. Old stone tablets. Must be from before paper was invented. I'd better try and find a loose one. This tablet isn't so much written in pictographs as bad stick figure drawings describing pictographs. Meaning it's either a caveman's biography or a graphic novel. I suppose either one should do just fine. A life tablet. Oh, look, it even has a comic section. Feels like little scratchings in the stone. There. Are you satisfied?
Perfectly. This one's much better than yours. Here's the cart to play with. Let me know when you turn up in court.
A kind of bent stick type thing. These things should come with an instruction manual. A very long length of rope. Just like a short rope, only, longer. I think I've seen this in the clickies. A boomerang attached to a long piece of rope. Appears like overkill, really. This thing always came back without using the rope. I can't imagine there's much of a view. What exactly do you hope to see in the domain of death? Tying that to the other end won't help. A chimney. How very odd. Does death actually need a nice toasty fire of an evening? For that matter, is it ever evening here? Looks like it goes down to the kitchen.
Albert! Albert! It is I, Death.
Really, sir? Nice to have you back, sir. Now we can get rid of that little prat in the pointy hat and dress.
Well, at least I've proved I can use the voice. A black robe. De rigueur for your actual spectre of death. Feels a bit wet and sticky, actually. There we go. Light not only simply falls into it, but it doesn't even get a chance to scream.
Yes. Well, the cut could be better.
Albert!
Oh, very well. I suppose beggars can't be choosers.
Ooh, a scythe. The right tool for the right job, I always say. Now, let's go chop some wood. Ouch! I suppose it has to be sharp if it's to cut souls. Yep, there we are. Read it and reap, Albert. See? A scythe.
Oh, we are Mr. Clever, aren't we? I suppose you've got some idea about how to use it?
Well, of course I can use a scythe. You just sort of, yeah, well, I'm sure I'll get the swing of it. It will just take a bit of practice.
Not inside where you'll scar my woodwork. Take it outside and weep the field. When that's done, then perhaps you might have enough skill to go and reap some souls.
You know, if I end up in charge, your job is definitely one for downsizing. A toy cart. Now all we need are some teeny-weeny oxen, some teeny-weeny people, and we can start a teeny-weeny wagon train. Feels just like a cart, but maybe I can make something of it. I think I can wedge the scythe in at the front. My special patented reaping machine. It feels like it should do the job. A hand pointing down. Funny, I've never really thought of death as a home baking kind of guy. I'd need a scythe to make any impact on that lot. It feels like it should do the job. An entire field of corn reaped. Yeah, I've got you trembling now, eh? I'm apocalypse material now.
Oh, indeed, sir. You're gonna strike fear and trembling into blades of grass everywhere.
Right. I've ridden the horse, got the clothes, the voice, the scythe, the moves.
Now, hold on. Being deaf isn't like delivering the papers. No. I can't let you go out hacking and slaying wholesale until you've had a trial run. Start small, mister. Collect 100 souls first, and then maybe you'll be ready to get out there and slay them.
100 souls? Right now?
Yep.
Look, couldn't we, just come to an arrangement? Come on, 10 gold pieces says we just, forget all about it and get on with the story.
Bribery, eh? Trying to buy your way out of a quest? Where would we be if everyone tried that, eh?
Fine, right, well, let's go get 100 lovely souls for Albert and the principle of complicated gaming, eh?
Bye-bye, mister. Don't trip and decapitate yourself on the way out.
Ah, the gentleman from the Assassin's Guild. Do please come in and abase yourself at the edge of the yellow line. Now, come closer while I explain. Not that close, not that close.
Oh, sorry.
Now look, I want someone removed. A potential troublemaker, somebody who's become too popular for his, or should I say, my good. And there has to be no way of connecting myself with his demise.
Say no more, sir. Say no more. We shall strike like the subtle hand of doom, leaving nothing but weeping in our wake. For you see, we are the night.
You are? I thought you were the Assassin's Guild.
Ah, well, we are the Assassin's Guild, but we are also the night.
So, in fact, you're that period of the diurnal rhythm defined by darkness, are you? So, nighttime thefts, muggings, murders, and overnight cart parking in restricted zones. We can just start billing the Assassin's Guild directly, can we? No more fussing about with tax collectors and fines.
What? But just because we are the night doesn't mean that we're responsible for the night.
Well, if you are it, then you have to control it. And if you control it, then you're responsible for it. This seems eminently sensible. I have a few thousand unpaid bills we can send your way by tomorrow.
No. Now look. All right, we aren't the night, but we are of the night. Of. So we are an integral part of the night, without assuming any controlling or otherwise responsible position. So, whereas we can assume custodianship of unpaid bills, this will only be as a storage facility, a favor to you, my lord, until we find someone who utterly encompasses all aspects of the night, whereupon we can pass the bills on to him.
Oh, very well. So, in the meantime, just get on with this new job, huh? And don't mess it up like you did with the Fool's Guild last time.
A pot full of ant souls. There must be at least 100 of the little blighters. Spooky, even the souls of ants still feel all creepy. Look, Albert, look!
Oh, you found the commode! Well done!
No, Albert, I mean I've managed to collect 100 souls.
Oh, well, I suppose you must be deaf material after all. I should have guessed it from all your lines. Oh, all right. Go out and reap away to your little heart's content, but you've got to be back before the bell tolls. You know how the other 3 horsemen hate hanging about.
Sometime later.
Oh, there you are, sir. And quite the part you look. There's a job for you. Your very first.
What's this?
It's a lifetimer hourglass. It counts off the moments of its owner's life. As you can see, it's almost empty. Perhaps it's time for you to put down your milky tea and actually do some work.
All right. I'm going. Who does this hourglass belong to, then?
Oh, you'll find out. I think you'll find him quite easy to spot in a crowd.
And now, undead from Ankh-Morport, welcome to the show, once voted most likely to reap a harvest of grown vegetables. And now, the person I guess we're all waiting for, here's Death!
Whoa! Yeah, all right. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. You're a beautiful audience, if somewhat stupid. Ah, it's so good to see people who are upright and breathing. Of course, you know why my old job was always so hard. I only had a skeleton staff. Ha ha ha. Knock, knock.
Who's there?
Death.
Death who?
Death. Oh! Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, you've heard that one, eh? Alas, poor Death. I knew him, Horatio. A man of infinite jest.
Well, not exactly infinite.
I didn't think I was doing too badly.
Maybe it's best not to quibble at this point in the proceedings. This is ridiculous. How can death die?
The more like me you became, the more mortal I became. Sod it. I was just starting to get the hang of this. Oh dear, I really do think I'm fading. Maybe taking time off from my job wasn't such a good idea after all. Ah well, I suppose it's in good hands. Ta-ta, have fun being the Grim Reaper.
Grim Reaper? What do you mean, Grim Reaper?
Well, if I'm gone, then the job's yours. Through all eternity.
But I can't be the Grim Reaper. I'll get queasy just squishing caterpillars on the baby lettuces. No, stop it! I don't want to be left holding the scythe.
Nope, I'm slipping, I'm afraid. My time is running out. I wish I'd had a mother, because if I'd had a mother, I could cry out, "Mother!" But I didn't, so I can't. Blast. Other famous last words are, "Don't point that at me!" And, "Why is that red light flashing?" And, "How does Dibbler make a profit on this stuff at 5 groats a bottle?" I know them all. Now, which one shall I use? Let me see now.
All right, just stay there, and I'll try to get you on your feet again.
Act 4, Till Death Us Do Part.
A folk festival for death. Whatever will they think of next?
Ooh, I'm going! I'm going! Oh, here I go! I'm still going, you know.
All right, something to fill up your hourglass. I'm working on it. Honestly, you think nothing was done around here without me? Once, just once. I'd like to see an adventure based on Rincewind stays in bed and gets some kip while everyone else runs around and collects stupid objects on his behalf. Ew. I'm sure that this hat must be in fashion somewhere, which is the scary aspect of the whole wretched thing. No point, it's blown to shreds. New improved cork, the accessory with 1,000,000 household uses. I wonder if there's any market for xylophones these days. I better leave his bones alone. At least until the men in white coats have chalked around them. An office? Yeah, well, I'm sure it must be of use to someone.
the mood for frogs. Ah, yeah. Frogs are the things I've been thinking of. But they're so small and green, and they reign supreme in this crazy Casanander's house of love. Oh, oh, oh!
Ooh, much better.
Yes, yes.
Ooh, I like this one. Quite right. Plenty enough to go around.
How'd you cook it? Sage and onions?
Sage and onions? In the middle of the desert?
Oh, turmeric, rose water and onions then. Come on.
Yes.
Whoops! Well, there goes Casananda. I'd watch what happens next, but I'll probably be here for days. Nope, nothing else of value left. Just rotten meat and bandages. A rotten arm. Maybe we can start up some sort of trust fund or a charity, you know. Donate excess body parts to them what need them. Arms for the poor? It might just work, you know. Odd. Why does death have an hourglass? A little redundant, I would have thought. Gee, there's hardly any sand left. A pair of birds just having a good carry-on. Carry-on, get it? Oh, well, please yourselves. Lo, behold the majesty of this tall stone pointy thing. Who knows its mystic secrets? Who cares? Not me, for one. Funny looking horse. I better not fiddle with his camel. A pair of saddlebags. Paired, of course, so you can lose twice as many articles as if you were carrying a single. Hey, look, a canteen! Well, it'll sure make a change from bottled mineral water. A pedestal. I've always wanted to be placed on one of these. Hey, it already has something on it. There's lots of sand in the bottom. The water is spurting up through a little hole in the base. I can't hold water in my bare hands, and I'll only get wet trying to get some sand. A cork. Better in than out, as they say. Feels all corky to me. sand. Well, at least it's honest, crumbled up silica. Not that Deb Polyp stuff from 4X.
Oh, damn. I forgot to shout 4.
Epilogue. Queen Kong.
Pay farewell to all your bills, rip up all your wills, and pop your final pill. Amen, that's dead. It tastes...
Well, I never.
Ooh, I say. Oh, that is good. Run, you fools! It's for real!
I'm not sure whether they spent enough on the script for this movie. It seems to be all just special effects.
Is it intermission yet? I was hoping for something nice and sticky on a stick.
The only thing sticky around here is this finale. Get on with it!
Look at that lot, like a school of guppies at feeding time. I get confused talking to anybody in this game, let alone a crowd. Undead, but still trying. What are you still doing here?
Doing? Well, I'm not dying, that's for sure. I've tried drowning, I've tried stabbing, I've tried hanging, and that's an extremely boring way to spend a night hanging around.
Yes, well,
Then I tried poison snakes, poison ivy, poison potions. Even tried me some of that deep water blowfish, but do you think I'd drop dead? Not a bit of it. I went to the worst reputed restaurant in Ankh-Morpork, and that was hard to find, let me tell you. I got a meal made by the owner's pet rat, called William. Still nothing. Can't even get a decent case of food poisoning in a town these days. In my day and age, you went in fear of your life every time you went into a street cafe. There was your basic food poisoning, your lead poisoning from the cooking pots, ground glass from the mixing pestles.
yes, look, I really have to go.
And it bloody cost me 17 pence. 17! Just for a bit of fly-blown blowfish. For that kind of money, you'd expect me to throw in William the Rat as well. I ask you, how's a body supposed to get its last rites in this day and age? I am going to die if it's the last thing I do.
Oh, God! Sorry, got carried away again. I do hope the little fella's okay up there. I'll rescue him soon.
Snappy for a ragman's trumpet, millennium hand and shrimp.
Yes, it is very romantic, isn't it?
Oh, bugger it. Front the biscuit for a sneaky trouser. I told them.
You're just an old softy under that crust, aren't you? Of course, she is rather tall, but they do say size isn't important.
Actually, they do make a beautiful pair, you know.
Bugger it.
I mean the librarian and the giant. Do you think we should rescue him, Dean? Well, I was just wondering if we might have to rescue her. Perhaps we'd better just let nature take its course?
Got a horse, did you say? How's he going to get it up that tower with that big woman in the way?
Bladders! Get your bladders here!
Now, Granny isn't the sort who suffers fools gladly. As a suffering fool myself, I'll go along with that.
Hello there, young man. Having a good day?
This is clearly some attempt at sarcasm. Haven't you got anything better to do than sit here all day?
Well, it's not every day I get to see a man torn to pieces by a giant elf.
Oh, yes. Point taken. Are you sure this is where you want to be? I mean, it's not exactly safe, is it?
I don't know. The safest place seems to be wherever you are. I heard all those comments you made about the animation budget, you see.
She's right there, you know. Waiting to see me get croaked, is she? Only the fact that this is the last scene of the game makes me refrain from saying something really acidic. Goodbye for now. Aha, a broom. I've heard of the theory behind them, of course, but there's usually bylaws against apprentice wizards using them.
Leave that alone. It's not for the likes of you.
Pretty Polly. I'll best leave it alone. Granny might get jealous. For asking about the broom.
No.
I haven't even asked it yet.
Oh, all right. Ask away.
That's better. Now, can I have the flying broom, please?
No.
Right. There, see? It doesn't hurt to follow the correct forms. Now, if you don't mind, it looks like I'll have to get busy going on a silly quest to wrinkle the wretched thing out of you. You can swap minds with this raven, can you?
Yes, I'm very good at it.
Oh, go on. You can't possibly manage to put all your knowledge and experience into that tiny little avian brain.
Of course I can. Just watch.
What a clever woman. Clever, yet oddly dumb. My old mate Dibbler. It is my ultimate aim to convince him to sell himself off to the army for target practice.
Bladders! Get your bladders here!
Now that's free enterprise. You see, that's what makes this city great. A man's free to reuse the internal organs of dangerous fauna in any way he sees fit, no matter what the health department says. Animal bladders.
That's right, Squire.
As toys for children.
Wonderful idea, eh?
Look, do you really think this is an appropriate part of an animal's offal to be touting about as a child's toy?
Well, I suppose you're right, sir. But the stomach gets used for haggis and the intestines get used for sausage skins. Wait, brilliant! There's one bit no one ever uses. I can get hold of a pile of them right now.
No, stop right there. This has gone far enough. Bladders I can almost understand, but I will not allow you to run about giving children toys made out of...
Skulls, sir? What's wrong with that? I can make little drums, castanets, little money boxes.
Skulls! Oh, good, right. Well, that's okay then. You just go and sell some animal skulls later on.
It'll have to be later, Squire. I'm still trying to shift all those animal colon footstools I made up yesterday. Bladders! Get your bladders here! Only a groat apiece, and even then I'm cutting my own throat.
Bladders? Are you taking the pic? Bladders?
Bladders, my friend, a rustic forerunner of the more familiar rubber balloon, as enjoyed by children. This is absolutely true. Who says computers aren't educational? I've got sheep bladders, vole bladders, moose bladders. You want a bladder? I'm your man.
You know, I believe you.
You can do other things besides blow 'em up, you know. Oh, dozens of uses a good bladder. Although, right now, I admit I can only think of one or two. One, really.
For asking a specific question about this topic. All right. I'd like to buy some bladders, please.
Certainly, Squire. Now then, what sort? We've got your rat, your vole, that's the field vole, meadow vole, and the killer Clatchian vole.
The killer vole?
Oh yeah, you know the ones, 6 feet long, covered in poisonous spines, with incisors like chisel blades.
But I thought voles were sweet little things, you know, small and brown and covered with fur.
Not these ones, sir. Take your arm off in an instant. They've levelled old continents. Obliterated ships filled with puppies, baby kittens and innocent nuns.
Wait a minute. These look like sheep bladders. It comes to something when a poor sheep is finding its essential organs floating around as kiddies' balloons.
Sheep, sir? Never, sir. Catch me arming sweet little creatures with curly wool and big brown eyes? Nah, not on my life. Cut me own throat if I tell a lie. These have been taken from Clatchian voles. A life form so foul, sir, so venomous, so putrid and psychotic that the hunters, sir, the hunters were all awarded medals for services to humanity. Clatchian voles is like rabid sharks on legs, sir.
Oh, well, that's all right then. In that case, Give me some of them.
Right you are, Squire.
I just hope they had time to go to the lavatory first, though. Animal bladders, empty and deflated. I'm not blowing into those. Water. Well, it's wet, runs downhill, and you can see through it. Would you want a chemical analysis? Nah, thanks, I'm not thirsty. Animal bladders filled with water. We could be onto something here. Wow.
Bladders!
All smooth,
Get
round
your
and splotchy.
bladders here!
Your typical flying witch's broom. Looks like it's past its 1,000-mile warranty. Wood and straw. What more can I say? Well, we're on the right track. On a scale of trackness, I'd give us a 7 out of 10.
What is it now? The dead are supposed to rest in peace, you know. Run! It's a falling giant woman! And that's another thing. In my day, girls were sweet, demure little things, not 60-foot-tall monsters like you apparently get now. And I'm also pretty sure that in my day, they all actually wore some... Sometime later. So, it's you at last, is it? So where do you think you've been?
Sorry, it's been a bit of a confusing week.
Confusing? I've been undead since 10:30 on Tuesday morning. I mean, I wouldn't complain, but I lost 17 pence just on blowfish since I died. You'd think the afterlife would be cheaper, wouldn't you?
Well, I've said sorry, haven't I? Come on, let's have a curry before we go. My treat.
Ah, well, all right, that is rather decent of you. By the way, I tried strangulation, drowning, poison, traffic accidents. I even listened to improvised jazz music. But that just made me wish I was dead. Or that the musicians were dead at any rate. How did I finally manage to go?
You got sat on by a giant elven queen.
Now there's one I never thought of trying. Still, if you gotta go...
There's a place you're always welcome, that's as nice as it can be. Everyone can get in, 'cause it's absolutely free. That's death. No need to take a breath, just lie around all day with not a single bill to pay. Hooray, that's death. No more sicknesses or flu. If you've lived beyond your means, you can die beyond them too. Boo-hoo. Well, the greatest and the finest have already died. Why not simply join them on the other side. That's death. Say farewell to all your bills. Rip up all your wills. And pop your final pills. Amen. That's death. It's a tete-a-tete with fate. If you're not feeling great, then it's the best way to lose weight, mate. Nothing here to hurt you. No one's here to nag. Come die with me if your life's a drag. That's death. For wealthy and well-bred, all of them are here. And they're all completely dead. That's death. No more headaches, no more pain. Of the millions who died, no one came back to complain. You can't take it with you. You can't keep what you've got. So why not just lie back and simply rot? Just simply rot. It's so cool, it's hot. And that's death.